All right, everybody, let's just get right into it here. All right, now that's on, secure, let's go ahead and spin this puppy right onto the old lathe there. Ignore the towel down beneath. That shouldn't have been there. Talk to the production manager for that. Okay, so here we go. We spin this nice little log up. Now, this log looks pretty good. I mean, it looked pretty good. No disease, no this, no that. And it's a little bit of foreshadowing as to what happens. Or you read the title of the title here. So anyway, so we're just going to go through and make this thing more or less round. If you have a longer tool rest than I do, you can do it in one part, but if you have a shorter tool rest like I do, you do it in two parts, and you know what? It works just fine. I'm using a 1/2 or 1 inch roughing gauge here. Double check, and you see there's still plenty needs to be taken off here, but you don't want to go too much because you want a beefy looking cup. So anyway, check off. Go ahead and spin this down just a little bit more here. Now you can also feel where where it's like it's smoother. You know, I don't know if you do or not. Okay, so we're going to use the parting tool here, and I made some pencil marks to kind of work out my design. Now I'm not like parting this thing down to nothing, but I do take the top off or the bottom off. This is actually the bottom side, and the reason I take that off is so I have a nice flat side on the bottom to go against the chuck that is going to be on the other side. Check with my calipers, make sure it's the right size, or else it's, you gotta knock it down further. Now, the video isn't paused here. What it is I'm thinking. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do here. How I want the design to look, how I want it to come out, this and that, whatever. And just kind of getting a mental picture of the whole 9 yards. Number one, I can't go too deep on the hole because of the limitation of the tools I have in the lathe. But I want to make this one with a like a chalice handle or whatever you call it. So anyway, so we go ahead and put the other jaws on, turn it around, and we crank this puppy down nice and tight, man, nice and tight, because the last thing you want is this thing flying out somewhere. I've had that happen. It's not fun. It makes you feel like an idiot, and if anybody's watching, you look like an idiot. But anyway. Okay, so here's the top part. So the top part is on the right side, and then the side closest to the chuck will be the bottom side. So using it's like one of those little mini tools. It's a roughing gauge, but I don't know. I keep this thing pretty sharp, and what I do is I use this to do all my design work, I guess you could say. But then sometimes I come back to the square carbide to hog out some other stuff. What have you. But the little roughing gauge does pretty good detail work. And I've got a smaller one, even it's like an 1/8 inch roughing gauge to really pull out some details. But this is the fun part. This is where you're just kind of working the design, making it look cool, this and that. You never know. All right, so let's go ahead, and I am pointing to it right in there somewhere where it looks like I might have a problem with that knot. Not sure at this point. But anyway, so again, I usually put in, that's like a 1/4 inch bit or something like that. Like something big. You start the hole with that. And then we also, I hope you noticed the impressive measuring technique there. So I thought maybe that this wood has not dried out completely for whatever reason. It's only been sitting around forever. But according to the moisture meter, it was okay. So now I'm using the Forstner bits here to just bore it out a little bit better. Because using whatever tool you want to use to get out the inside, I don't know. Personally, I think it's just easier to use the Forstner bit, but you got to make sure the Forstner bits are nice and sharp, and then you work your way up. And then here I am using one of the carbide tip ones, just kind of, flush it out a little inside. So now we're sanding away. Start at 80, and then we're going to work our way up to the 320. And this is the stuff I'm using now is like it's like a spongy rubbery thing. It's great for working inside and outside, but wear some gloves because that sandpaper will get hot. Some people are saying don't use the full towel because if it catches and it whips around, it whips you. And to that I say that is true, and also don't do that. And if you can get the thing open, this is the Rubio Monocoat, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. Really get this stuff in there. Now, I didn't put anything else underneath it for whatever reason. I don't know. I just figured, I saw the knot and I was like, yeah, I just want to see how this Rubio Monocoat holds up on a cup or something like that. It has a great smell to it. I don't know if it's just this particular flavor, color, whatever, but it smells really good. I don't know. Anyway, inside now, is Rubio Monocoat food safe? Anybody want to let me know that? I don't know. I'm sure I could reach out to the manufacturer and not get a response, so maybe somebody in the comments will let me know. Anyway, it's supposed to have a nice crystallized, hard crystallized surface, whatever. We'll see. Alright, this is everybody's favorite part of the video. Where is it gonna go? Where is it gonna go? Oh my gosh, is it gonna go? Oh, dang nabbit. So anyway, you can just see this is the finished cup here, and you can see that there's there's a hole in it, and I explain that a little bit more here in a few seconds. But it's like not till I was done did I really realize it was that much of a hole. Okay, so this one it turned out really nice. I like the design, I like the pattern, I like the color, the Rubio Monocoat. However, has a hole in it. There's a hole in it, guys. Like, it's not good for holding liquids. I tested it. I'm not gonna test it now, but like, you ever had like one of those sippy cups that like spills all over you? They were all the rage back in the '80s. That with rubber dog poop, pet rock, and all that quality stuff. But anyway, uh, if you put liquid in it and then you drink it and then it just spills all over you. It's kind of funny. However, I'm not going to put CA glue in it or try and plug it up with this or that or something. I'm just going to set it aside and use it as a. I'm not going to use it. It's just going to sit aside. Whoever has to clean my house out after I die, it's your problem. So, have at it.